All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving into an idea that is literally changing how whole industries work. What if we stop thinking about AI as just a tool and started thinking of it as a new kind of employee? I know, it's a huge shift in perspective, so let's get right into it.
So, to really get a feel for what this looks like in the real world, I want you to picture something with me. Let's look at a tale of two lenders. And, trust me, comparing them, it really sets the stage for the kind of revolution we're talking about here.
Okay, so on one hand, you've got the old way, right? It's this messy, clunky patchwork of different automations, super rigid rules, a ton of human handoffs, you know the drill. It's slow, it's expensive. But then, on the other hand, you've got something totally different. A system run by what we call agentic AI. We're talking end-to-end workflows, real-time data analysis, and agents making these complex, autonomous decisions. The difference is, well, it's like night and day.
And here's where it gets really interesting, because this brings us to the bottom line. This isn't just about getting a cool new tech upgrade. No, it's about getting way better business outcomes. We're talking better decisions, much faster cycles, and just radically lower costs per unit. So the big question is, how is this even possible?
Well, the magic behind this transformation is something called agentic AI, and I really want to stress this point. This is not just another flavor of ChatGPT or some standard automation tool you've seen before. This is a massive leap forward, a whole new category.
So what exactly is agentic AI? Well, think of it like this. It's basically software agents that are capable of perceiving what's going on around them, making their own decisions, and then actually taking action to achieve a goal you've given them. The keywords to remember here are perceive, decide, and act. That's the secret sauce that makes them truly autonomous.
And this is where the really crucial difference comes in. You see, traditional AI, it just follows a fixed set of instructions. And generative AI, like ChatGPT, is great at transforming data. But agentic AI, it's playing a whole different ballgame. It can reason across time, it learns from the results of its actions, and, this part is so important, it can collaborate with other AI agents to get the job done.
Now, these agentic systems generally show up in two main forms. First, you've got your single agent systems. Think of this as one really competent agent that can handle an entire process all by itself, like approving a loan from start to finish. But then you've got multi-agent systems, and this is where it gets really powerful. It's like having a whole team of specialized agents, maybe one for risk, one for compliance, one for credit, all working together, collaborating to make a decision.
Okay, so if you've got these autonomous agents running around, a huge question pops up. How in the world do you manage them, right? How do you make sure they're working effectively and, safely? Well, the source material for this explainer offers up a really brilliant way to think about this exact problem.
And here's the solution. It's simple, but it's incredibly powerful. This is the core idea, the big takeaway. You treat these AI agents as corporate citizens.
So what does that actually mean, to treat an AI like an employee, like a corporate citizen? Well, it means you have to think about them in a totally holistic way. I mean, you wouldn't hire a person without a clear job description, right? So every agent needs one too, a set of defined objectives. You track a human's performance, and you've got to do the exact same thing for the AI. You review their accuracy, their efficiency, and then you retrain them, or maybe even retire them if they're not cutting it. It's this whole framework, thinking about their full cost, their goals, their performance, their governance, that turns AI from just a piece of code into a real, strategic part of your team.
All right, so if AI agents are basically our new digital employees, that brings up the next logical question. What does that mean for us, the human workforce? And this leads us to a fascinating new operating model, something called Smart Ops. It's all about designing a new kind of team where humans and AI are meant to work together from the ground up.
And this right here, this is the fundamental shift in mindset you have to make. We need to stop asking, what little tasks can we automate away, and start asking a much smarter question. Which decisions should we automate? See the difference? It moves the whole conversation from just chasing efficiency to being really strategic about how work gets done.
So in this new partnership, there's a really clear and frankly logical division of labor. We let the AI agents crush all the high-volume, repeatable stuff, the transactional work, and we let them handle decisions that have really clear, defined boundaries. What does that do? It frees up the human team members to focus on the work that we are uniquely good at, things like oversight, making sure the data and the models are sound. We handle the high-stakes judgment calls where there's ambiguity and nuance. And of course, we manage all the complex exceptions that get escalated. So you see, it's not about replacing people, it's about elevating our work to be more strategic.
Okay, this all sounds pretty revolutionary, right? But the big question is always, how do you actually get started? Where do you even begin? Well, let's turn to the playbook. There are 4 very clear, actionable moves that any organization can make to start this journey. First things first, it's all about people. You have got to bridge that classic gap between your technology teams and your business teams. Get them working as one unit with shared goals and accountability. Once you've done that, you can start proactively redesigning roles and, this is crucial, investing in reskilling your people for that higher value work we just talked about. Now, of course, a change this big, it needs a culture of trust. That means transparent communication and leaders who are actively modeling the new way of working. And finally, none of this, absolutely none of it, is possible without the right foundation. You have to modernize your data and your architecture so that information can flow in real time in a way that's compliant and connected.
At the end of the day, this whole conversation really boils down to one simple, powerful truth. The next great frontier isn't going to be about who has the most AI. Nope. It's about who makes the smartest decisions about how AI and humans are going to work together.
And that leaves us with one final thought. One last question from this explainer. And it's really a question for you. It's not about the tech itself. It's about the strategy you build around it. It's about how you design your teams, how you design your decisions, and ultimately how you design your future. So are you ready?